my 6 weeks out review. Welcome back. I promise next week I'll try to get better at posting these in a more timely manner. But like I said, with on prep, so much of your time and energy is consumed into that, and other aspects of your life come into play. It's just little time to do like anything. But I did want to do a quick review of my 6 weeks out. Um, Much has changed as far as picture wise, but weight, I'm still battling the up and down and all over the place. I do seem to bloat relatively easy out of nowhere. Like I'll drop a lot of water one day, and then the next day I'll be feeling, looking watery. Um, my only advice to you, especially as females, is apparently our bodies are just really weird. It's hard to, I guess, be consistent with our weight, especially. So definitely don't read that much into the scale. Pictures are the most important thing, and that's pretty much what I've learned through this process. And I've just decided not to just kind of ignore the scale now. Like I'll still weigh myself just out of habit, but I'm not gonna obsess over like, oh, my weight's up, my weight's up. Why? I need to figure out why my weight's up. I need to get it down. It's not necessary. As long as you take the pictures and you see the changes, great. I did, like I said, I dropped the water for. I looked great 6 weeks. For my 6 weeks out, check-in photos, and everything was looking great. So I know I'm on the right track. I'm fine with that. Other than that, my cardio has ping-ponged a little bit. Like at first, like we were doing a little bit more hit, less steady state, but my boyfriend changed it up where I'm doing more steady state. Now I'm just kind of taking control and listening to my body as far as what it needs when it comes to rest and things like that. I know we want to push ourselves, but I always feel that you have to give your body the proper amount of time to recover. I know for me, I definitely want to push myself more in these last weeks, but I might have been overworking myself, and might have been another reason why my body tended to, like, I guess, get stressed and hold a lot of water. So I'm just gonna at this point do whatever my 100% is that day, which every day your 100% varies. Like you might be able to really kick some ass tomorrow, but then the next day for whatever reason your 100% is not what yesterday's 100% is, and that's what you have to realize and not stress over. So that's my only advice on that I have absolutely learned over the past week or so. Also, I wanted to point out that another thing that I think that we're deciding that might be a problem is the fact that I wasn't taking any probiotics. So I'm thinking that also that might be another reason why I'm bloated. So I did get some probiotics. They're good for you because you need the bacteria in your body to properly break down the food, because I did notice once again I'm starting to get a little bit of indigestion and to the point where it's really uncomfortable to even breathe, so we're gonna experiment with that. I just started that to see if that alleviates some of the problem, and sometimes not going as regularly, sometimes I'm going regular, and sometimes I'm a little constipated. But so I'm just going to amp up with that and my fiber intake. And also I start taking magnesium, which is also good for, your bowels. So that's my only other thing to help out with that. My measurements haven't changed much. Like every now and then my waist will go up a little bit just from the bloat, but I shouldn't say it's consistent. And I'm definitely seeing more definition, so excited about that. I do want to take the second part of this video to share with you guys some things that I guess consume to get me through prep, because I know prep life is difficult after you went so many weeks without having any of the junk food that you're used to having and that you're surrounded by, like me every day, the other people that aren't prepping or dieting gets to eat. And it does get to you, mentally. Like sometimes you're like, oh my God, I wish I could have that. And you can only be so strong. For me, dieting is not the hard part. most difficult part has always been the training and just being consistent with the training. But you know, that's my own battle. So I wanted to share with you guys a couple things that I and my boyfriend do to get through prep as far as food wise. So I got some of my favorite things here that I have from time to time when I have that sweet tooth or the urge to I guess want to have the bad stuff. Um, Number one thing you can't do with, well, I can't do without, is this gum. Starburst. Strawberry is my favorite. They have the cherry flavor too, but the strawberry is my favorite. I usually have this mostly when I'm at work after a meal because I don't want to, have stinky breath. So it's, it's sugar free and it's delicious. It tastes just like a strawberry starburst. So I keep these on deck. Other thing that I have from time to time is these icebreaker sours, just because I like tangy type of candy. It's sugar free, clearly. On the back it says like it's less than a gram of carbs, like it's practically nothing in there. So I'll have a couple of these sometimes. I keep them in the car. I don't know, just when I'm driving sometimes, like if I'm drinking too much water and I'm just like, oh, I need something else in my mouth, I'll have a couple of these as a treat sometimes, like even after a meal. Just probably, I think the most I have at a time is like 4, but usually it's like 1 or 2 or so. When I'm having a serious problem with binging, I found these wonderful treats. They're lemon heads breath mints. It's 0 calories as well. I don't have the actual packaging on the back, but they were okay. Before I would have the Tic Tacs every now and again, but when I have like a serious like binge, like, oh my god, I need candy, I don't know, I usually end up consuming like a whole thing of this. Not at one time, just throughout the day. I would say I would go the whole day and I would have like, by the end of the day, like it's not every day, but it's certain days, like I'll have this. Something else that I recently will have, sometimes like late at night you have like the little urge for something sweet. Sugar-free Jello. Yes, this is the off-brand because I'm cheap, but on the back, like it's 0 carbs. I don't know if you can see that. But I'll have like a serving of it at night sometimes on my last meal if I want to have like a treat. I'm not big on sweets, but I have found that every now and again, like I do need something else. So this is something else that I will have. And if I'm feeling extra savvy, I'll throw some chocolate syrup on top, on like the strawberry or the raspberry flavor one, because I'll just pretend in my head that it's some type of yummy dessert, But the chocolate syrup is from Walden's Farm. It's calorie free. 0 everything. My boyfriend actually like lives on this. He also it also comes with this marshmallow cream stuff, but we tend to stay out of it because my boyfriend, like, I swear he inhales it. So I don't have that to show, but it's also by Walden's Farm. It's 0 calories as well, and he'll usually mix the 2, throw it in the freezer, and just eat it like that. And I've eaten it like that before, but I don't know. Chocolate's not my big thing, so that's kind of like his thing. I'm more of a fruity person, like fruit stuff. But the chocolate syrup is wonderful. We also, another treat that we do sometimes is like in my diet, I have pecans and almonds. And sometimes I will put a little bit of the chocolate syrup on one of those and throw it in the freezer and let it, freeze. And I'll have like chocolate covered almonds and pecans. So that's another little dessert. Not all the time. Every now and again, it helps. Something else. I actually love eggs. Love eggs. And if anybody that knows me knows I love cheese eggs. Well, cheese is not in my food. So these wonderful items here are these Colonel Seasons, the white cheddar and the nacho cheddar. It's 0 carbs. It does have a little bit of sodium in it. It's like 75 milligrams per 1/4 of a teaspoon, but I'll sprinkle a little bit of both on top to kind of have like a cheesy egg type thing. I don't do it all the time, but every now, like I said, you have to find things that help you make it through. And it's just kind of a mental thing, and sometimes you have to just trick your mind into mentally thinking that it's had something extraordinary from time to time. So those, they have all kind of flavors in this too. They have like the jalapeno cheese, which my boyfriend has. He eats that. They have like the butter seasoning, but I'm kind of okay with the butter. They have so many seasonings. You can find them in the popcorn section though, but they're wonderful. He uses it a lot more than I do. Let's just put it like that. And the only other thing that I said that, like, when I do have salads, we have the Walden's Farms. Like, we have all kind of flavors, like from Thousand Island to ranch to chipotle ranch to, they have so many different flavors. But my favorite is the raspberry vinaigrette. That's another something sweet that I'll have sometimes if I decide to have a salad with my chicken as my vegetable. And it's sugar free, calorie free, fat free, all that. And I'll use a little bit of that on my salad. But I don't always use salad. Usually I switch it up. Like sometimes I'll have like broccoli, and like I'll have like collard greens, and my other go-to is like I said, the salad mix. And I'll do that. And sometimes the other thing I'll do is I have like the Caesar, and I'll get like some of the lettuce leaves, and I'll put my chicken in there and make like lettuce wraps and put the Caesar dressing on it, because I used to love the Caesar wraps. And I'll do those sometimes, and I don't know, it's kind of a mental thing, and I'll just try to trick my body into thinking that it's had something else that, I don't know, it's all mental, that's all I can say. But those are like my top things that I stay stocked up on and have on hand that has gotten me through prep so far. That's all I have. Those are just some tips. I don't know if you know, most people probably don't know about some of these things. I don't know if you did or didn't, but I wanted to just share with you guys things that that has helped curb my sweet tooth and keep me from, I guess, falling off the wagon. So I hope these help. You can find most of these at your local grocery store. You just have to look for them and just pay attention. So hopefully this helps. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Bye.